Well, forgiveness is not a one-way traffic. It is that, it goes across the board. That you forgive, and then you also ask to be forgiven. So I would like to take this opportunity to commend and register my appreciation to the leadership of South Sudan Council of Churches on this campaign calling for peace and forgiveness amongst the people of South Sudan. As Christians, our biblical teachings revolve around forgiveness and sacrifice. All of us, as the people of South Sudan, need to observe this and forgive one another for whatever wrongs that we might have committed against one another. Forgiveness is an action of forgiving or being forgiven. We can derive further the meaning of forgiveness from St. Augustine's teachings, which I quote: "Forgiveness is the remission of the sins. For it is by this that what has been lost and was found is saved from being lost again." End of quote. Our teachings tell us that forgiveness is a gift, an act of kindness for ourselves as the forgiver. What forgiveness is not for or even about the one we are forgiving. It's said that if forgiveness benefits the one we are forgiving, then that's an added. Then it is an added advantage. For me, I forgive because it is a Christian being to do and is part of my life, as I see forgiveness as not giving way to injustice, forgiving in to someone calculated prejudice. So I always forgive, as I also ask to be forgiven when I had wronged to someone. Yet one of the obstacles we are facing in our society today is by not seeing that forgiving someone we perceive as having done us harm is the right thing. Nevertheless, if we take the teaching of our Lord Jesus Christ, then forgiving is power than being seen as a weakness. A powerful one must also forgive the weak, or the equals forgiving each other. The idea that the other person would somehow feel better as a result of our forgiveness is a challenging and a precisely what many people may want to prevent. We imagine that not forgiving then is a form of punishment, a way of forcing the other to continue suffering, a way of being in control of a situation we didn't feel we had control over. At a primal level, we forgive to break the chain of argument and counter-argument each of us put forward in an attempt to defend one's own point of view in a given situation. So as the President of the Republic, I feel duty bound to lead the people of South Sudan to forgive each other, even when forgiveness is being perceived as weakness by those to whom they are forgiving. They must feel proud to practice what our Lord was doing, that is forgiveness. It is not a matter of only faith, but leadership. Nobody is powerful than the Lord, but yet the gospel is about forgiveness. Injustice gives way to forgiveness. Furthermore, we think that forgiving the other somehow implies that we are now okay with what the other person did, and maybe even one step further, that what they did is okay on a grander scale. Our perception is that forgiveness announces that what happened is no longer relevant, significant, or alive. It's as if we are allowing the past to be done, or keep us hostage of our wrongdoing, thus to move out of mind and heart. We can feel intolerable. Perhaps most troublesomely, however, forgiveness, as we relate to it, is letting the other person off the hook. We equate it with our absolution. Of course, our political party has forgiven people since when we were in the liberation struggle. Of course, it is, by grace of God that you do everything that you do. You cannot do things alone. You have no power to do whatever you want to do. But when you ask God in your own room, in the church, in wherever you go, you ask God before you take that action, or even you take the first step moving towards that direction. I believe, if you ask God and you put God before you, you will solve the whole difficult problems. Well, the campaign is excellent, and I encourage all the South Sudanese people to take the message from the church, and that they have to forgive one another, and they also campaign for those who have not got the message to take that message seriously, and they forgive one another. This is what I just wanted to say to you, my people. If it is the month of for forgiveness, everybody must forgive whatever brother, sister, enemy, for that matter. You forgive and ask also for forgiveness. Thank you very much.